Hey Bible lovers, I'm Tim Nichols, and I'm here to bring you your Nichols Worth, and today we have the Monochrome Bible, or as I like to say, the Dark Mode Bible. And this is pretty amazing, pretty innovative. Let's go ahead and check it out. First, let's look at this cover. This has some sort of a paper over it, almost feels clothy, but I am pretty sure this is a paper overboard cover. Love the design with the white background, or with the white lettering, and the white cross looks like it's painted on, wraps around. Check that out, just absolutely beautiful. And I love that the spine has the words printed on it sideways so you can lay it flat like God intends all hardback nice books to be laid. So now let's dive into the inside here, which everything in this is black to include the paper. Now this paper is very interesting because the end sheet is a thick cardstock, but so is the title page. There's no copyright information, so I don't know where this was printed. I don't know any of the details. I'm pretty sure this is a first edition, but then you got your table of contents. This is obviously only the New Testament, but this paper is 115 GSM, FSC paper. Now what FSC stands for is the Forest Stewardship Council. So what they do is they use recycled paper fibers in order to sustain our forests and our woods. So if that's something that's important to you, this is a pretty cool little Bible to support. Really thick paper. This is a 9-point book Antigua font, and this is just really cool. Now one thing I would really like to suggest is that they go ahead and take this text and shift it just a little more toward the gutter to give us a little bit more outside space, and so that doesn't look a little off center like that. So if we were to scoot this over just a little bit, it would eat up a little bit of that gutter, but it'd still be plenty out, and you'd have some margin space here. If you have like a silver Sharpie or a white Sharpie or something like that, you could actually take notes on this. And again, this paper is thick. You can almost see on video how thick. I mean, listen to the sound that this paper makes. That's how thick it is. It's insane. Now, one of the reasons that the paper is so thick is because, number one, it is difficult to make black paper thin like Bible paper. And number two, in order to get the white ink to adhere, it had to be thicker. So this is going to end up being a volume set. I don't know how many volumes they're going to do, but they do plan to do the full Bible. This is in the King James. I'm guessing because it's in public domain and it's a good place to start, but the layout's really nice. It's got a big chapter number to open. And then check it out, it's got the verse number and the chapter number in each verse. So it's a verse by verse layout. It's really easy to read. And there's something about this black background that is really soothing to the eyes. Now I know there are some people that can't handle dark mode on their phone. If you can't handle dark mode on your phone, this is probably going to mess with you as well. But for me, this is super easy to read, super easy. This looks way larger than a 9-point book Antigua font. Actually, the book Antigua font looks a lot like the lexicon font that you see on your ESVs. It's almost hard to tell them apart. But just to give you a few looks at the layout, there's a line in the middle separating the two columns. Of course, I mentioned a big chapter number, and then on the bottom you have your page number, and on the top you have your reference point where it begins here and where it ends here. Other than that, there's no subtitles, no subheadings, nothing like that, no notes, no references, no superscripts, no subscripts, nothing. This is just plain text, and it goes from Matthew to the book of Revelation, and it ends. As I mentioned earlier, this is a sewn binding, but because the paper is so thick, it is difficult even well into the book to get it to lay flat. So this is definitely not going to be something that you're going to read laying on a desk, but there you go. There's evidence that this thing is sewn. And I actually kind of like they used white thread here because it really matches with those white letters. So what do you think about this? I think it's pretty amazing, and I think this is something worthy of your support. I cannot wait to see the rest of the volumes. I can't wait to see the future of this. I know they do have some more deluxe editions on their website, which I will put in the video description. Make sure you check out that website. There's all kinds of information on here. This paper is called Cerio paper, and it's made in Italy. And again, it's from recycled paper fibers and approved by the FSC. So this is a sustainable product as well. God bless you. Keep calm. Jesus on. This is your Nichols Worth.